Alrighty. So I did notice that uh, in the first, I don't know what you'd call it, episode of this or whatever, I wasn't talking. That's because it was like 2 in the morning and everybody was asleep, but I wanted to at least start this. And then in the second part of it, like part 2 of day 1, I did start talking more. Um, but I felt that I shouldn't really read the text. But then I was like, I probably should. Some people are probably just listening to this off, in the background or whatever, while doing their own thing, which is what I typically do. So I'm going to start reading all the text that's mainly just story. If I pick up a side quest or whatever, I'm probably not going to read it. Um, I need to kind of know what people want to see, though. So I'll probably do my own thing, whether I feel like reading or not. Um, but for the most part, for the main story, I will be reading all the text that is not voice acted. Um, so I guess we're just picking up where we left off. So let's get started. Greetings, sir. This is the reservation court counter for passengers traveling to Limsa Lumenza. If I'm not mistaken, you are the Flame General's envoy. Leave Gaming, yes. Highwind Skyways is at your service. Will you be flying with us today? Of course. Also, if you join the live, don't be afraid to, say hi. You know, I'm not mean, I promise. As much as that Fortnite stream that I did makes it out to be. Attention all passengers, the airship bound for Lim Solomon is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. But yeah, don't be afraid to, come into the live, say hi, chit chat with me. Despite what the Fortnite episode or the live stream that I did makes you think I'm not a mean person, I mainly just give my family some grief every now and then. When first we met beneath the Sultan tree, I sensed there was something unusual about him. I wonder if they feel the same. Godspeed, Leaf, Godspeed. If I'm right, they'll be singing your praises from here to the far reach before long. May you always walk in the light of the crystal. Just to give a little bit of a background about myself, I guess. I mainly do play MMOs, RuneScape, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, obviously. That got a little framey. That was kind of concerning. I hope that didn't happen on the live stream. I do tend to play MMOs, and when I do tend to play them, I do play tank characters, preferably. But I'm fine playing whatever, so if you guys want to see certain things, go ahead and let me know.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Agrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great meat guard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest. Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balthar.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Cartano. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus's plan.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othard, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume?
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all. Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland, soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
Yeah, so I won't be talking over anything voice acted, just as a side note, that kind of just makes sense to me. Let it kind of just play out. If I have a reaction, I'll pause it. I'll either pause it or I'll just wait until I get to a good moment to talk about it. You must be the envoy from Ul'dah. Welcome to Libs Laminza, sir. Admiral Blofiswin awaits your arrival. I'm surprised I said that right the first time. I always mess that up. You are the Ul'dah envoy. Welcome to Libs Laminza. The Admiral has been looking forward to your arrival. Please proceed to the Crow's Lift at your earliest convenience. It will take you to the Bulwark Hall. Once there, pray speak to Xanthael. He will be pleased to show you into the Admiral's command room on the bridge. And now we've unlocked our second major city. Greetings, sir, and welcome to our fair city. If you would permit me to examine the seal on the missive you carry. Yes, everything seems to be in order. My apologies. We cannot afford to be complacent. You understand? Please step this way.
Enter. So the silver-tongued merchants send an adventurer to speak for them. It appears the Uldans place great faith in you. This way. I bid you welcome. I am Melvib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limso Lominsa, and Commander of the Maelstrom. Now, what news from Thanalan?
A memorial service to honor the fallen. Seven Hells. Has it been 5 years? 5 years since the Garlean Empire sought to wrest Eorzea from our grasp. It was an answer to the Imperial threat that the city-states formed the Grand Companies and forced the Eorzean alliance anew, but Garlemald was not content to wager all on a simple contest of martial might. They had other plans, the Meteor Project. Legatus Nail von Darnus Hellstakem intended to cleanse our realm by snatching the lesser moon, Dalamud, from the heavens and casting it down upon our heads. Desperate to prevent this lunatic scheme, we marched our forces to Cartano Flats and then met the 7th Imperial Legion in battle. You couldn't have squeezed one more word in there. Never have I seen a fight like the Battle of Cartano, and I have seen full many. But though we have no quarter spared, not 1 ounce of effort, we could not. Well, okay, I need to. From inside the shell of Dalamud came a winged nightmare, a dragon the size of a bloody city. 'Twas the elder primal Bahamut, bent on making an 8-tail of Eorzea. In the space of a breath, the legions of the Empire were set aflame, while our own armies fared little better. 'Twas as if the whole world was burning. Words cannot well describe the scene. And yet, by some miracle, a few among us were spared. Even as I steeled myself for death, a blinding white light enveloped me, robbing me of my senses. When I regained them, the dragon was gone, and still smoldering land was smoldering land was warped beyond all knowing. Were Archon Louis Saw still with us, he would doubtless shed some light on these unfathomable happenings. Alas, he is not, and I fear we will want for his wisdom in the days to come. For while our nation struggled to recover from the devastation, the beastmen call forth their damned primals to torment us anew. Unless we put aside our differences and rebuild now, our foes will catch us unprepared. And I speak not only of the beastmen. Do not imagine that the Empire has forsaken its claim on Eorzea. The Imperials crowd our borders, wanting to strike. Damn it all, we need champions to replace those we lost. But such thoughts are worse than worthless. Time is short, and none will save us, save ourselves. It is the duty of every soul who survived the calamity to work together for the good of Eorzea, and this memorial service may be the very thing to unite us. Raban has the right of it. I accept his proposal. Your duty is done here, adventurer. I will see to it that the Flame General receives my reply. Travel next to Gridania, yes? Pray give my regards to the Elder Seedseer. Oh, and tell her the wolf has been sniffing around the stables. A private jest and one in poor taste, but I would have you tell it all the same. Fare you well, Leaf. May the Navigator guide you on your journey. Alright, well, before we leave for Gridania, let's go ahead and travel the city real quick. We're just gonna grab the Aetherite and all the Aethernet shards lying around the city. I always forget how packed Limsa is. And I mean, I don't blame them. In my opinion, it is the best looking city. It's just I prefer Uldah's layout. Uldah's layout just makes more sense to me. Limsa can kind of be confusing where certain things are at. But once you've played it long enough, it's fairly simple to navigate. Pick up this quest real quick because I know it gives a dance emote. So I think what I'm going to do, because I am uploading these live streams as videos as well, I'm going to probably only do like maybe a couple hours at a time and then restart. It just makes more sense for me to do that. That way, because retention and all that. But I'm not really doing this for the money. I'm mainly doing it as a hobby. And yes, this is a cutscene, but it is for a side quest. I'm not going to read it. It's not that important. Basically, anything side quest related that has, you know, no voice acting and it's just text, I'm not going to read it. It's not worth my time. It's not worth yours. You can read it in your own time if you want. I'm not going to personally do it, as the main draw for this game is the actual main story, as well as the class quests, which I do regret not reading the Gladiator quests. I read some of them, but not all of them. But I did start reading them once the story kind of got more interesting. But I think from here on, if I do other class quests, I'm going to start reading the text, just because may as well. The people put a lot of effort into those specific ones, so not to say that they didn't put effort into the side quests either. It does flesh out the lore a lot. It's just I would rather read the class quests and the class/job quests and the main story, or the main focuses here. Alright, so now we go back to that dude, turn this in, we'll get the dance emote unlocked. From what I can remember, there are 3 of them in total for a Rome Reborn. There might be more, I don't know. I know the Gold Saucer has a bunch, but we'll get to that when we need to. And so basically how I want to structure this, my little playthrough, is I want to do everything each expansion has to offer. So, like a Realm Reborn, I want to do all of the hard mode dungeons, all of the raids, pretty much anything that came out during the expansion. I'm not allowed to move on to the next one until I've completed at least the baseline. I don't have to do like the extreme raid or anything like that, but I want to at least do it because it does give little, if I remember right, the raid for Realm Reborn does give a little bit of extra text later on down the road. And you might be noticing I'm not picking up these side quests like I did in Old Off. I'm going to save those for a different job. And I honestly might just do all that off camera. Because when I'm not... I want to stream everything for this. It's just... sometimes I can't exactly stream or I can't talk. But speaking of the next job that we're going to pick up, it's right here. So what I might do is... No, hold on, I gotta read all that. Sorry. Alright, ho there, adventurer. Curious about the Marauders Guild, are ye? Any axe worth wielding needs 2 hands on the haft and has a blade what can chop clean through a galley's mast. That's the kind of weapon our members train to use with deceptive swiftness and brutal force. If you're of a mind to make the Marauders' art your life's work, then our guild welcomes ye with open arms. What say ye, lad? Keen to join the ranks? Yes. Well then, here's a bit of guild history so you know what you're getting into. It all started with ships, you see. What have ships got to do with axes, you ask? Well, building them would be pretty bloody difficult without a sturdy tool to lop down trees for timber. And since only the navigator herself knows when a ship will run afoul of a storm or worse, it makes sense for the cruise carpenter to carry an axe on board. But any tool on a ship can become a weapon, and the axe is perfect for hooking yourself over the rail of an enemy vessel, letting loose in a whirl of steel, and generally laying waste to all about ye. As more seafarers took up the axe as their weapon of choice, so did the bloody art of the marauder begin to take shape, especially among pirates where strength and skill decided your place in the world. With an eye to assembling crews of battle-ready raiders, the pirates started teaching the proper way to wield a chopping blade to the new recruits, and that's how the Marauders Guild first came to be. After the Galadian Accord was signed, though the Marauders Guild was never the same, it was taken over, restructured, and purged of its pirate elements. It had been reborn as an institution dedicated to naught but the teaching of axe fighting. The members of this new Marauders Guild weren't no greedy-driven cutthroats neither. They were warriors that sought to use their martial prowess for the good of society. Still keen, are you? Think it over, then let me know if you decide to join our ranks. decided then? You're ready to join the Marauders Guild? Alright then, all that needs doing now is to speak with the Axemaster himself. Sounds simple. I've seen folks slink out the door rather than put themselves in the path of that unnerving glare. That's the bloke right there in the middle of the room. Warrenzone's his name. Put some steel in your spine and look him straight in the eye when you talk to him, lad. Good fortunes to you. Alright. I probably won't level Marauder until I get to level 30 and finish my Paladin class quest. But we'll get back to that. Yes, I'm Warrenzoan, Axemaster they call me. Not the most imaginative of titles, I agree, but one should not underestimate the value of directness. I welcome your interest in our guild. The art of the Marauder is used to rend, to cleave, and to destroy. It is not our way to simply outfight our adversaries. We seek to overwhelm them. A Marauder must be the most powerful and enduring presence on the battlefield. We must account for the most enemies defeated. Our role in combat is that of a steel whirlwind, dealing death and destruction without equal. No doubt the question has already been put to you by Lauthoda, but once more shall I challenge your commitment. Are you prepared for the bloody carnage that awaits an initiate of the Marauders Guild? Yes. Very well. Your name? Attend me well, then. Leaf, hold fast to the moment. To this moment of dedication, the path of the Marauder is a jagged and perilous one. The blood that spills at your feet will oft-times be your own. I present to you this axe as a symbol of your commitment. Your first lesson shall be how to hold it. Now grip the haft with both hands and set yourself in a solid stance. Marauder unlocked. Alright. So, like I said, I'm not going to level it until I at least get my Gladiator all the way to 30 and I finish its class quest. Just makes more sense for me to do that. That way there's no real benefit to leveling up after 30 up until a certain point. Plus I'm way over leveled for the story right now on the Gladiator, so now back to what I was saying about I want to do pretty much everything in the expansion that I'm in. Raids, dungeons, side stories. I pretty much want to do everything. And that does include leveling up the jobs to cap. Just because it is nice to have it is nice to have everything leveled up, just so, you know, if I feel like I want to play Black Mage or whatever, I can do so. Pleasure to serve you again, sir. Are you ready to board the airship to Gridania? Yes. Alrighty. You must be the envoy for Moldau. Welcome to Gridania, sir. The Elder Seats here awaits your arrival. Alright. Greetings, good sir. You are the Old Dawn envoy, are you not? I have received instruction to assist you. Pray make your way into the city proper and identify yourself to the Conjurer at Africa's altar. She will admit you to the Lotus Stand where the Elder Seed Seer awaits. And this is one of those other ones with the dance quest. I already did the one in Ul'dah just before I ended the last part. I kind of ended it abruptly. I had some stuff going on. And I do apologize for that. But just like we did in Limsa and Ul'dah, we're going to run around. We're going to unlock all of the stuff we have over here. Aethernet and the Aetherite. That way we can travel around the city faster. It also makes it way easier to get around. And technically I would have liked to have all of this as day one. What we're doing right now is just, like I said, I did have some stuff come up that I had to take care of. Mainly, you know, my wife had gotten home and she wanted to play Fortnite, so I hopped on and played Fortnite with her for a little while, and then we had dinner and gotta juggle playing by yourself and having a family life. So I guess, you know, just leave a comment or something. Let me know how long you've been playing this game, or if you've never played it before and you're using this to kind of see whether or not you want to play it. You know, just always leave a message. You know, even if you drop in just for a quick second, it's always nice to, you know, just drop in, say hi. I'll try to respond to as many people as I can. If this channel ever does take off or become super big, I don't know if I can guarantee replies to everybody, but I will try my best to reply to literally everybody that I can. We're gonna grab this, and then we're gonna continue the story real quick. You're the Old Dawn envoy, begging your pardon, sir, but might I inspect the missive you bear? Verily, this is the seal of the Supreme Commander of the Immortal Flames. Please come with me.
So you are the Ul'dah envoy. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan-E Senna, Elder Seed Seer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Flame General.
Remembered service for the fallen of Cartno. Pray tell me, adventurer, what do you know of our conflict with the Empire? It would seem my counterparts recounted the tale in some detail, that is well. A message from the Admiral? A wolf has been sniffing around her stables, you say? I see. Well, I shall be pleased to provide her with such counsel as I am able. But first, friend of my friend, I will tell you more of the Garlean threat. For the greater part of its history, Garlemald was not even among the most influential nations in Ilsabard. The northern continent, however, its innovations in the field of magitech some 50 years past helped to raise it from the depths of obscurity. Emboldened by this technology, it set about subjugating its neighbors, swiftly absorbing each into its ever-expanding territory, and when all of Ilsabard lay within its grasp, it turned its ravenous gaze upon Eorzea. Yet Garlemald's transformation did not come about by virtue of magitech alone. Its success owed much to the consummate leadership of its first and reigning emperor. Solus Galvus, the man who built an empire in his own lifetime, yet he has long lived, and after more than 80 winters, it is said that he grows frail and ever more prone to illness. If rumors are to be believed, the matter of succession has destabilized the imperial court. This would explain the empire's relative inactivity in recent years, which has granted us much-needed time to rebuild. Yet we cannot allow ourselves to become complacent, for Garlemald still maintains a presence in Eorzea in the form of the 14th Imperial Legion. Commanding this great host is Legatus Gaius von Belsar, a man whose ambitions are well known to us. So long as he breathes Eorzean air, none of us may sleep easy. The calamity wreaked such devastation upon the realm that it has been all we could do to nurse our wounds, never mind rebuild our defenses. Simply put, we have not the strength to repel the Empire. To add to our woes, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, whose very existence is a bane upon the land. Each nation is beset with its own primal problem. None has the resources to look beyond its own borders. The Admiral desires my counsel regarding a brazen wolf. She means to tell me that the Empire may soon resume its advance. Though the primals pose an undeniable threat to our survival, the threat posed by the Garleans is still greater. Clearly, each nation can no longer afford to think of any of that which occurs within its own border. A storm gathers upon the horizon. If we are to weather it, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may help to rekindle the spirit of unity which brought the peoples of Eorzea together when last the Empire threatened our liberty. The Flame General was wise to make his proposal, and I wholeheartedly approve of it. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. The work here is done, my friend. I shall send my reply to the Flame General forthwith. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safely home. Alright, well, that makes that one done. We're now allowed to use the airships. That's cool. I pray your meeting with the Elder Seedseer went well, my Lord Envoy. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but did you not also deliver a message to Admiral Merwib Lofiswin of Limsa Laminza? While you were there, did you happen to meet Baderon, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench? Gregarious gentleman, always happy to help his fellow man. Well, I am told he has a task for a capable adventurer. I know not what the task entails, but I dare say the Flame General's personal envoy would make a fine candidate. If you are interested in learning more, pray speak with Baderon at his establishment. Okay, so gotta go to Limsa after this. We're gonna quickly go give the rest of these toys to these children, unlock all the Aethernet shards, and then we will head over to Limsa. So I guess I should kind of go over my relationship with Final Fantasy XIV. I initially played 1.0. Really horrible experience with that. It kind of put me off of the game. I came into the game, I think patch 2.2 is when I started A Realm Reborn, and then I did everything in that up to the release of Heavensward, and then life kind of got in the way. And then I found a moment to play the game again. I played played Heavensward. The only thing I was not able to do was the raid for that expansion, the big raid for that. And then again, life kind of got in the way, and that's kind of my relationship with Final Fantasy XIV, is life kind of gets in the way. I'm not able to play right away, but I do eventually get to it towards probably the middle to the end of the life cycle of the expansion. But this time, hopefully, with Evercold coming out in, I believe, January, I will be able to play the release of that expansion. I don't know if I'm going to stream it on release, just because I don't want to have story spoilers or anything like that. I might wait like a week to stream it, so I might be a week late to the party, but I mean, a week is not really that long. But I also don't know. It kind of depends on what happens. But yeah, that's kind of my relationship. The only expansion I was ever actually to play on release was Shadowbringers, and that is because it came out during a time that we do not speak of. Namely, COVID. I'll speak of it, I guess. Blasphemy, I know. I'm gonna get crucified for it, but whatever. But I mean, I was stuck at home. I mean, I did have to go to work every day, but for the most part, I didn't go out. I didn't do anything. So I was able to play that on release. And in my opinion, that is like one of the best expansions this game has ever had. Endwalker, I did the main story on release, but I didn't do any of the raids or anything like that. Like I said, life got in the way. And then Dawn Trail. My relationship with Dawn Trail is very complicated because I actually like Dawn Trail, mainly because of the theme. Like, you're not really... Well, without getting into spoils, I can't really spoil anything, but once we get there, you'll see what I mean. I like the aesthetic of Dawn Trail. And while we're going through this cutscene, you know, I do love the game. It's very interesting. The story is very deep. It's just after so many years, I tend to have forgotten what has happened. So I'm kind of using this as a refresher to get me prepared for Evercold. That way I know what to expect. And really, with watching all the cutscenes and everything, this game is probably going to take well into probably Evercold's release unless I play for probably more than 8 hours every day. I know, as far as I know, I saw online that somebody did like a calculation. It had like well over like almost 400 to 500 hours of voiced cutscenes. I don't know how true that is, but I mean, I have, let's see, it's June right now. I have, I think, 8, 9 months. Well, it's June, so I have like 6 months to basically get to January for Evercold with this. But at the same time, you never really know, because they could push the date back, which, I mean, January is a very early release date from when they announced it. I would not be surprised if they push it back to maybe, if they're doing a January release date, it would probably be late January, middle to late January, and then probably, if they pushed it back, it'd probably be middle of February. I don't know. We just don't know. We'll find out more, I'm sure, because the because the next Fan Fest takes place in Germany, I believe, and that's going to be July 25th. We'll probably get a soft release date then, maybe. If not, we'll get one in, I think it's September for the Japanese one. It's either September or October for the Japan Fan Fest, where we will get a hard release date, unless they need to push it back. And I'm perfectly fine with them needing to push it back if it means, you know, they need to polish something, or, you know, to make it to where the game is just better. I would rather them do that than release a faulty product. And I skipped all of that story, and I apologize. I was talking and just kind of got zoned in. So we'll see what this guy has to say. Thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word has it, some suspicion-looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of the Sestosha Sea Grot, and I need a trustworthy sort to head up north of Aleport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But it weren't so long ago as the Fishbacks pet pirates paid us an unwelcome visit, and folk are feeling a bit nervous. If you would permit me, Master Baderon, I should be happy to elaborate. Well, if it ain't Chief Yellowjacket himself, so what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Raynor? Come to make sure me patrons are behaving, or just thirsty? Neither. In fact, I was informed that you had requested an adventurer to assist in my investigation, and I came to offer what information I could sift from recent reports. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Aleport in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sestosha Sea Grot included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of corals had taken up residence in the cave. Nothing to concern us in sort. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sestosha again. But with the Sahagin testing our defenses daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus, I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Gotcha. Then it is settled. Sestosha is located in western Lenosha. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Melpa, or Vamelpa. She can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. You heard the man. Good luck to you, lad. Yeah, so you'll notice Ul'dah tends to be like rough and gruff speech. Limsa is more piratey. And then Gridania is like more Old English and polite, sort of. These two quests right here that I'm picking up, one of them unlocks the challenge log. I'm not going to read the text because it doesn't really matter. And the other one, which is right here, unlocks the Esthetician, which is basically the barber. Allows you to kind of customize your character a little bit. I've never once used it. I've felt no need to use it. Typically when I make a character, I'm very happy with the way they look. But who knows, I might decide to change things up. Give me 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Doo-doo-doo. Alright, so we're going to turn this in, and this allows us to have access to the challenge log, which is basically like weekly challenges or daily challenges that you can do for a bunch of XP, or gold, or guild, or whatever. So if I go here, I go to challenge logs. So battle, complete 3 guild tests, complete 10, vote 5 times player accommodations. You got ones for fates, PvP, leave quests, crafting and gathering, treasure hunts. So much stuff, and this is just this is ones for completing them. It does make you a decent bit of money. I'll probably work on those off camera though. You'll hear about Commodore Rainer's investigation, then you'll want to board a ferry bound for Ailport. Once you arrive in western Lenosha, though, you best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice before you blunder into Sastasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folk there will prepare you, train you with the skills you need to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the Sea Grot. The hall is on the way to Sastasha, just north of Ailport. Head inside, and one of their seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. Alright, we're gonna go to Ailport. Like I said, we're not picking up any of these quests. I'm gonna use them to level up Marauder. Might do that off camera. Don't know yet. I think what I might do is continue playing up to a certain point and then level Marauder. I'm not sure though, but whenever you come to one of these towns, always pick up one of the Aetherites. I'm sure everybody knows this already. Oh, you must be the adventurer to whom the Yellow Jackets sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of the Sastasha Sea Grot. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. No, you should need companions. and you shall need the training we here at the Hall of Novice can provide. I strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing on your mission. The smith here oversees the training schedule. Speak with him, and you can register for exercises tailored to your particular field of expertise. When you have mastered all that our masters have to teach, then it will be time to head north once more. Report to the Yellow Jacket Scout at the mouth of Sastosha Seagrot, and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. Okay, well, I've already done that for my role, so we don't need to do it. I don't know if it forces you to do it. I honestly don't know. I've always... Yeah, I don't know if it forces you to do it. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are, thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship seen slipping around the Isles of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So, when we received word that men of questionable quality have been seen passing in and out of Sastosha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fishback fancying serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue face tattoos. Okay. I can't remember when it got added, but the duty support is basically you with AI companions. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sit here, wait for a queue, and while I wait for a queue, I'm going to... Oh, never mind. I forgot I'm a tank, which means I automatically get instant queues for the most part. So we'll go ahead and do this real quick. I know it seems kind of redundant to do this on my my gladiator instead of waiting, but I have my reasons for doing the things that I do. Sometimes not all of them are like bright. We're gonna just watch this. Typical common courtesy is if somebody's watching a cutscene, you don't rush them, you let them watch it, especially if it's the first time they've ever seen it. I will say this place is very pretty. I do like the dungeon design. It's very cool. Note of is dungeon mobs are always worse than the boss, so you always kind of want to use mitigation. I mean, you don't have to, especially on these lower level dungeons. It makes it easier. I'm going to take the long way. Did somebody attack that? Yes, they did. Yes, they sure did. Alright, so typically there is a little piece of paper in that first room that we go to, and it allows you to know which color of the portal you need to touch. And this is your first boss, Chopper. Alrighty. First dungeon, or second boss done. Sorry, not first dungeon done. Alright, now this, I pull literally everything in this room every single time, just because it makes killing stuff way easier. Alright, and then we drag them all over here. And then what I'll do is I will open this door. Okay, never mind, he's got it. And then I'm gonna lure this guy over here. So he's gonna drop a key for this door. And it just makes it way smoother of a transition. Like, it makes it go by faster, in my opinion. Alrighty. And then same thing with that other room. I literally pull everything in here. And then what I'll do is I'll get to an area where the archers are over here. Okay. Alright, and then we'd watch the cutscene because it's the first time we're doing it. May as well. Alright. Make sure everybody's ready to go typically, and then that to you. And then I'm going to roll need on this and pass on that. Okay. Because I didn't have that orchestrion roll, which is basically the music player. If I could find my inventory thing. So it's the music player. It allows you to play music. May as well collect them. Okay, and then what I could do is I could go up there and do this real quick, which I might do. Let's see, is there anything else up that way? Yeah, I may as well. I may as well go up this way. Get these last little hunting logs over here out of the way, because by the time I'm over here for the story, I'm gonna be way over leveled. So I'm already way over leveled. But and actually, before I continue this, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. Might grab myself some lunch. So yeah, I will be back here in probably about like 30 minutes or so. I want to get some lunch. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream right here for a quick second.